Be honest, no matter how healthy you wake up and you feel exhausted, you're crashing by 3 p.m., your energy levels are on a roller coaster, your moods are on that roller coaster with you, your sugar and your carb cravings are also along for the ride because you just feel stuck in your body. You feel tired, you feel bloated, you feel fatigued, you can't figure out why you're gaining weight even though nothing has really changed. You're putting in the effort, you're working out, and nothing is moving. Next, we're going to talk about exercise. The first thing I want you to know is do not be afraid to move. I know all these influencer girlies are like, don't do this workout. Don't do a HIIT workout. You have to do Pilates. You have to do yoga. You can't do this. Like, please just stop. I would always you rather move than not move. I would always rather you do HIIT and we'll work on the recovery and increasing the nutrients that you're getting to help your body recover than not exercising at all and being afraid of working out. Your body wants to move. Let it do that. We will work on the recovery piece. So movement is always going to be priority over not moving, okay? Cardio is not bad, okay? I just want you to know your body and understand how we can recover. The other thing I want you to know, strength training is very, 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 very important, okay? This is how our baseline glucose is going to lower because our muscles, remember, our muscles, brains, and organs utilize our glucose. We can't really make our brain bigger. We can't really make our organs any bigger, but we can make our muscles bigger. And when we make our muscles bigger, what that does is it increases the amount of glucose that our bodies need just at baseline to keep us satisfied, to keep our muscles, good. So when we have more muscle mass, we're utilizing more glucose in our blood. So our baseline blood glucose can be lower. I want your baseline blood glucose to be under 90, your fasting glucose to be under 90. So strength training is the best way we can do this. Resistance training, strength training, whatever is going to build muscle. And remember, if you are watching this and you're in your 20s, 30s, or 40s, this is the time you have to build muscle. Because once you hit menopause, whether you like it or not, that estrogen goes away. We're gone. It's done. We're not able to build muscle as easily anymore. Until you hit menopause, all that time is used to build muscle, okay? So do not sleep on this time in your life because once we hit menopause and that estrogen goes down, our muscles start slowly declining. It's just a matter of life. It just is what it is, okay? And so the more muscle mass you have going into menopause, the better you're going to feel. The less risk we are for falling, breaking a hip, and then completely being dependent on other people. Keep your muscle mass. Focus on your muscle mass. It's not only going to help your blood sugar, but we're also thinking long term. 2 days a week is going to maintain your current body. 3 days a week or more is going to you're going to start seeing progress. You're going to start seeing muscle growth. Okay. So if you're at a good point, you are already, really healthy, you work out regularly, your muscles are where you want them to be, go at least twice a week for strength training to maintain what you have. But if you want to see progress, if you want to see change, you're going to have to go at least 3 times a week or more. And now we get into our lifestyle changes. This is, of course, going to come down to stress and sleep, stress and sleep, stress and sleep. I'm going to stress this a lot. Bedtime routine. Bedtime routine is going to be really, really important because one night of poor sleep is going to affect your insulin regulation the next day. I stupidly wore a continuous glucose monitor when I was 6 weeks postpartum, and I had a full-on panic attack because I was like, what is wrong with my blood sugar? Am I dying? Turns out it was because I was waking up every 2 hours and not actually sleeping through the night. When I got a CGM, much later, when I was sleeping through the night, my levels were so much better. So that tells you how much sleep is going to affect your blood sugar. So if you are someone who just gets absolute shit sleep on a regular basis, you better believe that's a huge factor for your blood sugar and why you feel like shit the rest of the day. If you have a device that tracks your HRV, and remember, HRV is heart rate variability. It is not your heart rate. Very, very different. We want our heart rate to be lower. We want our HRV to be as high as possible. 80 to 100 is like that ideal, amazing, great range. Most of us are normal and we can't always attain that. So I like to tell people 60 to 80 is an average that is attainable that you can shoot for to be within. So if you don't track that, it's not something that you have to, but a lot of us just have these devices that are tracking that. And if you don't know how to use it or what to look at, that's the range I want you to be within, 60 to 80. So the bedtime routine, really, really important for getting really good sleep. The second thing is a morning routine. I really want you to get some sunlight in your eyes. I really want you to put in that light, that bright light, first thing in the morning. Get it outside, not through a window. It's not the same. Go outside, get some sunlight, help set your circadian rhythm because your cortisol is also affecting your insulin regulation. Another thing that we can do as far as lifestyle activities go, 10 minutes after every meal of walking. Okay. There's so much research to show the 10 minutes of walking after every meal can help lower your blood sugar. This is what that girl who came to me did with her insulin of 34. I told her, you know what, let's just walk for 10 minutes after every single meal. She had the ability to do that. She had flexibility in her schedule with her work. So she started walking for 10 minutes after every meal at about 100 steps a minute. That's kind of the pace you want to be at. That's it, 10 minutes after you eat. Remember, your muscles utilize glucose. So if you go for a walk and do like a nice gentle bike ride or whatever activity you want to do that's going to use your muscles, your body is utilizing that glucose that you just ate. So you can do a stair stepper, you can do a bike, a rower, you can go outside for a walk, treadmill, walking pad, squats, lunges, whatever you want to do that's going to use those big muscles, that is going to be really helpful for you. Okay. So start there. If you don't know where to start as far as working out, start with 10 minutes of walking after every meal. And then lastly, we have our supplements. The two that has the most research to support blood sugar. One is myo-inositol, and the one that I really love is Ovasitol, and I'll put the link in the code below that you can get it for. You want to do myo-inositol and D-chiroinositol in a 1:40 ratio, and you want, the research is anywhere from 2 to 4 grams a day of myo-inositol. So that's why I love Ovasitol. It already has those forms and those ratios. It comes in a little powder form or a packet, so it's really easy to use. Ovasitol has a ton of research, not only for blood sugar regulation, but also to support egg quality, to support your fertility, to help with anxiety and stress. I have so many patients who have taken Ovasitol. We started taking it for blood sugar issues, and they are like, it helps me so much with sleep. I don't feel anxious anymore. I'm sleeping so much better. So use it for whatever you want, but the research is mostly in egg quality and blood sugar regulation. And then the second thing is berberine. I'm sure you've heard of this as nature's Ozempic. The research dose of this is going to be 500 milligrams twice a day, and it can have some GI effects, some GI distress similar to metformin. Both of these, Ovasitol and berberine, have both been studied next to metformin and have been as effective, if not just slightly less effective than metformin, along with dietary and lifestyle changes, which is, by the way, also how metformin is found to be effective with diet and lifestyle changes. So if you've tried metformin, like it didn't work for me, you probably weren't making the other changes that medication was intended for, okay? So making diet and lifestyle changes along with adding in these supplements or medication is going to be more helpful. If you learned something today about your blood sugar, if you feel like you've been seen, you've been heard, it was helpful for you, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment letting me know which part was helpful, what questions you have, so that I can create more content for you. I'll see you here next time.